Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Miss Terry Flower, and you are now tuned in to the Terry Flower Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please remember everything discussed on this page is alleged. All photos and all of that stuff that's going to be used is for fair use purposes only, okay? But anyway, how is everybody out there doing? I hope everybody is doing good, and y'all get on in here so we can talk about these folks' business. I'll be a Sailor Moon. Hey, y'all heard of that girl Lay Your Face? That's how I said her name. I don't know for sure, but I love her music. That ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. What's up, you guys? How y'all doing? This your girl, Miss Terry Flower. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Terry Flower Show. We are here today to review Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 20. So they say. Anyway, honey, so the episode picks up where it left off. Doggone Martell, Chris Fletcher, and Fred, they all standing outside the Funnaby property because it ain't built yet, honey. And they out there talking about Marceau and his messy ass mouth, okay? And Martell is very upset because Martell like, how this nigga gonna play me? Like, me and my family weren't the ones that put him on. He wanna act like me and Mel didn't put them on. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have touched none of the things that they done touched. When we came together, we told them, we gonna set up show the same way Hope and Hope is. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all can buy me out. And that's exactly what happened. So for him to be playing like he don't know what type of business we do, like we ain't professional enough, like don't get all big in your bridges. I told y'all in my other review, Marceau need to relax, because pride go before a fall. But whatever, child, we're going to keep on moving. So Martell says he would have a conversation with Marceau if he felt like it would get them anywhere, but he don't want to deal with all that talking in circles and all that mental gymnastics. You know, all that stuff that Marceau like to do. All right. And here go Chris Fletcher going to talk. So, okay, Mayweather, nigga, get your ass on after you done stirred the pot. Well, anyway, child, next scene. In the next scene, we meet up with Tisha, a.k.a. Miss Delusional herself. She is there with her children with their beautiful self. Macy and Mila, they getting ready to package up their little orders because, you know, they've been selling their hair care products. Well, they finally got some orders in, and she got them there, want to teach them how to package up their stuff and everything like that. This is actually kind of cute. I like this, but whatever, we're going to keep moving. Then we see Mr. Knock Knee come on through the door with his knees, just knock it, bum, 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 bum. He come on in. He said he coming over to see what's going on with the girls packaging everything up and all that good stuff. Now hold up, wait a minute. I know this nigga ain't got on no black t-shirt. I thought he said this was trinkets. But whatever, we gonna keep on moving. Anyway, child, Marceau coming there trying to run everything. Talking about how the assembly line going, what y'all packaging, what is this, what is that? Tisha explaining everything to him. Mind you, he ain't putting his hands in to help do a damn thing. But anyway, him and Tisha sit down. They send the girls to take a little break and they start talking or whatever. And he was like, you know, you gotta progress the girls forward and what they doing. It seemed like you and Angela in here doing all the work. Don't seem like the girls doing a lot. And she like, you know, I want to make it a fun experience for them. I don't want to have them in here packaging all this stuff and then they don't really like to do it or whatever like that. And then she also mentions to him that his daughter is going to be like his right hand man right there because she all about the money. She want to know, hey, how much money this going to be? So she was like, she going to include the little girl more into like the accounting and things of that nature so she can see the money. And child, Marceau got the nerve to say, you can't be all about the money because if you're all about the money, your business gonna fail. Sir, wait a minute. Didn't you just tell Mel at that meeting that you selling shirts and getting into e-commerce? That's little trinkets and stuff to you. You don't value that. You only doing it for the money. See, this nigga get on my nerves. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Then they start talking about this Black Expo and the little meeting they had about feedback. Chomps over this goddamn Black Expo, but whatever. We're gonna keep moving. Anyway, child, so Marceau was just saying that basically he matched Stormy energy because Tisha asked him how did he feel about the feedback Stormy was giving. And he was just like he matched Stormy energy. When she came in the room, she hugged everybody except him. He was like, that started off how their conversation was finna go. I said it in my last review when Stormy came in there, she was with the shit because it's like, girl, either y'all finna be cool, have this conversation, or like you said, you can stay your ass at home. But whatever, we gonna keep moving. So we see a little scene of Tisha and Stormy sitting down talking, and Stormy asked Tisha, you know, are you uncomfortable when I call Marceau a bitch? And Tisha was like, yeah, she feel like it's very disrespectful. And then we flip back to the scene with Marceau and Tisha sitting down talking, and Marceau was just like, he feels like, she was just trying to get a reaction out of him, and he's not finna get her that reaction that she was trying to get by calling him out of his name. We already had this conversation. It was very disrespectful to be calling this girl husband a bitch in front of her as well as in front of him. But if it's on your chest, honey, go ahead and get it off. Now, I myself has called him a bitch only one time, but like I always tell you, I don't know these people. I got more respect and decorum than that, especially in business meeting. I wouldn't call him no bitch at that point, unless he made me feel like he was a bitch. Whatever, we ain't talking about me. We're gonna keep moving. So Tisha and Marceau continue their little conversation or whatever, and we see another flashback of Stormy and Tisha talking, and Stormy was asking Tisha, so when Marceau started getting a little sassy or whatever, is there any way you could tone him down, when he doing that or whatever? And I'm looking at Stormy like, girl, what the hell is you talking about? Girl, Tisha can't even get this nigga to talk to her properly, girl. Moving on, child. So Tisha asked Marceau, hey, do you think that going forward there's a way that you could kind of like not poke the bear? And he was like, poke the bear? What do you mean, babe? And she's like, how you and Stormy was going back and forth poking each other at the little meeting. Could you stop? And he was just like, bop, 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 I do it again, Bitch. I said, Lord. Tisha say, so you don't care if it affects my relationship and cause some type of problem between me and other girl? He was like, that's not a relationship I value. Girl, no, he don't give a damn. He ain't never gave a damn about how he acts makes you look, what type of situation it puts you in. This man don't give a damn. I can see this through my damn TV screen. You can't tell me you can't see this living your life. But again, I'm going to calm down because we don't know these people. Moving on. In the next scene, we meet up with Kimmy at her house. Her homegirl, Andrea, is coming over. They sit outside and start to have a conversation. The homegirl asking her how she's doing. She's like, I'm doing pretty good. And then the homegirl was like, I know you was having, a little issue trying to get your little sexual energy back, right? How is that going? And Kimmy brings up when they went on their little bike ride, and Maurice told her that what she's going through is all in her head. The homegirl kind of was like, oh, well, it may be in your head. And I'm like, ma'am, let her finish talking. I don't even feel like going back and forth verbatim with this little conversation they having. Kimmy homegirl brought her some sex toys, suggested sex therapy, suggested a sexy photo shoot. Kimmy like she willing to try anything, all of this good stuff or whatever like that. And I'm just like, honestly, y'all, I'm just giving my opinion on the situation because I don't feel like going through all that whole damn conversation. I just feel like the truth of the matter is Kimmy don't want to hunch on Maurice. She been ain't want to hunch on Maurice before she even went through her medical condition, because this nigga round the house ain't helping the woman with nothing. She all tired and exhausted. He ain't making his son monster help do nothing. It's like, bro, there are different ways to get your woman turned on. It don't always have to be you buying her something or touching and feeling on her. Sometimes it's just showing her that she's worth it. Maurice don't realize the importance of showing this woman that she means more to you than sex. If you would love on her, be kind to her, be sweet to her, help her out around the house, make sure that she knows that she is more to you than a sexual object, that alone will turn her on and make her want to jump on the D and do a full split. But Maurice ain't that type of dude. And that's what Kimmy was expressing in this little clip or whatever like that. She was letting the homegirl know we go to therapy and we get these little nuggets and stuff, and he act like he got it, but when we get home, we don't implement in none of that stuff. None of it. Because Maurice got his own thing going on in his head. Baby, he's selfish. He's self-consumed. A lot of men struggle with that. I agree with the homegirl when the homegirl said it sounds like he need to do some work on himself while y'all doing some work together. Exactly, baby. Exactly. Kimmy, focus on you, honey. Focus on you, because you trying to focus on making this nigga happy gonna stress you out even more. Okay, focus on what's gonna make you feel better, and Maurice just gonna have to line up with that, because right now you trying to get back to yourself, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Take the time that you need, and him as your husband and as your partner, as your helpmate as well, he's supposed to be willing to be like, you know what, we sacrificing sex right now for my wife to be able to get back to herself, to be more comfortable in her own skin. She just went through a lot. Child, I ain't got time. Honey, I'm moving on, child. I don't even want to hear no more. The next scene, we meet up with the Not Needed and Delusional. They doing a promo shoot for the poker night that they gonna have at their restaurant at Black or whatever, cigar bar, restaurant. I don't know what the hell it is. But at Black, they gonna have a little casino night. So they doing a promo for it. Tisha is gonna be in the promo. She look cute, got on her all black and all that. Tisha is a beautiful woman. It just breaks my heart how delusional she is. But we gonna go ahead and move on. So Tisha in front of the camera, honey, trying to get her pose right. Marceau like, baby, you gotta lean into the camera. She lean. Now he was like, nah, baby, no. You gotta kind of like flirt flirt. And she was like, I don't know how to flirt. He was like, you got to lean like a single woman, not a housewife. She was like, I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, girl, yes, you do. Marcel, walk out this room. Now, Tisha, lean on that table like you looking at a nigga that you really want. But whatever, we going to keep moving. So Tisha and Marcel are talking to Andrea and her husband, just telling them everything that they're putting together. And for this whole Bet on Black thing that they're doing, they want to include some of the people that were included at the Black Expo. And Tisha gets on her confessional and she was telling us about all these different charitable like foundations and stuff that they have set up where they're going to use money to build homes and stuff for underprivileged children and things of this nature. And just hearing Tisha talk about it, it really makes me feel like if we were just looking at Tisha, I could believe this. I would be like, oh, dang, man, this is wonderful. They doing something like this. This is awesome. I would even be willing to invest. But see, when you got a snake oil salesman like Marceau that stand right beside her, it's like, I don't know, but we gonna keep moving. So they go ahead and start shooting the promo with Tisha and Marceau in there. They got their little lines, honey. 15 takes later, they done got it. They done said, you Bet on Black. We're doing this to build up a charitable home for children. We want every child to feel love and have a home in our community. Together, we can do this thing, y'all. All right, that ain't the words they use. Well, some of them is, but whatever, child. End of that scene, moving on. So in the next scene, we meet up with Marceau with his knock-knee self-knees, just a knocking going up to Martell door, boom, boom, boom. And so Martell let him in the house. I said, oh, Martell, he have to take off his shoes, but whatever, we're going to move on. Anyway, so they go in the house, they sit down or whatever like that, and Marceau congratulates Martell on getting the house up on the internet. He was like, oh, I seen Fletcher in the picture, you know, I call him Messy Fletcher, you know. And Marceau was like, not Marceau, but Martell was like, And he was like, yeah, you know, he met up with me and Tisha, and then he went and told Mel everything that we were saying. He was just being messy. Martell was like, oh yeah. Martell says, my whole issue was, don't act like the reason why Mel didn't speak is because you wouldn't let her speak. If Mel wanted to speak, she could speak. We've been a staple in this community, you know, and my whole thing is, don't do that, like what you trying to do. So in the midst of Marceau and Martell having a conversation, Martell's phone rings and it's Fletcher on the phone. So he answered the phone. He's like, what's up, Fletcher? I'm sitting here talking to Marceau, and Fletcher was like, well, I'm outside. And Martell was like, well, you coming in? Like, what's good? What's going on? And he was like, no, I'm actually putting my for sale sign in the yard. And Martell said, for sale? I thought the house was already sold. What did you put up a for sale sign for? Then Fletcher was getting ready to say something about it was sold to the first couple. I don't know, child. I don't know. So Martell goes to the door. He lets Chris Fletcher in. One thing I'm going to say about Chris Fletcher is this Negro, he'll be Easter Sunday clean every time we see this man. Okay? I say, you better do it. All right? Child, so Fletcher come in there and sit down. And Marceau time. So yeah, we were just talking about the conversation we had when we had went out to eat and how you guys, talking about Fletcher and his wife, misconstrued the conversation. And Marceau time. So they ain't tell y'all how they laughed at it. And I was like, what? Child, doggone Fletcher say, no, my wife had asked why y'all didn't pay the speakers, and you were like, you didn't want to pay anybody to talk about no t-shirts. At this point, Marceau pulled his phone out of his pocket and told him some solid, because he don't really want to have this conversation. See, it's easy to tell lies when the person that you're lying on ain't there, but when they in your face, you got to really scramble to get this story together. So we're going to see how this goes. So Marceau says that he just felt like it's not relevant to have somebody with a platform speak to people who don't have platforms, because that's not relevant information they can give them, because you're speaking from a space of having this platform, and that is why your business is successful. So that's why he felt like, you know, basically male speaking was irrelevant, which is so retarded, because it's like, nigga, you have a platform. Like, what are you talking about? Same thing Martell said in his confessional. Martell was like, if it's all about the platform, then everything you doing would be irrelevant. It's based off the platform that you have and the relationship that you have with us. So what are you talking about? Martell just like, he don't appreciate the fact this nigga trying to downplay Mel's accomplishments. Like, let's stop the foolishness. And the mental gymnastics begins. Marceau says that his whole thing is, you know, he want people to talk about their struggles and when they've had bad things happen to them in business because they made bad decisions. So he asked Martell, so can you tell me about a time that you made a bad decision in business and you failed or whatever like that? And then Martell was like, what, bro? Like, I don't, what is you talking about? And Marceau like, you know, because I'm going to talk about my bankruptcy and when I went through bankruptcy and allow people to see the different things I went to get through get to where I am. And Martell said, nigga, you didn't even want to talk about your bankruptcy until I started talking about mine. You was hiding it. Marceau basically says that's one of the reasons why he wouldn't allow Martell to speak on that stage and he wouldn't pay him. I'm like, child, mental gymnastics. So Martell like, so the reason why you didn't want Mel to speak is because you felt like she wouldn't talk about her failures? Is that what it is? And it's like, again, mental gymnastics, because at first she was saying that she's not professional enough. She don't have enough expertise. All she do is sell t-shirts. Now you done move that over to no, the reason why I want her to speak is because she's not going to talk about her failures. He tells Martell that out of all of the time I've been knowing y'all, I've never heard of y'all speak about y'all failures. And Martell like, I'm pretty sure we haven't. He was like, no, you only spoke about your failure in marriage. I was like, oh, this nigga. Martell getting his confessional and say, well, to be honest, when me and Mel was together as far as business, we didn't have no fucking failures. We was always on top. To be real, they really wanted to be us. Okay. I said, what damn? Martell brings up how he brought Marceau into business with the whole Schultz thing. And honey, they finna have this damn argument again. Long story short, Marceau was like, he didn't see it as a gift. And Martell like, bro, we helped you. And Marceau like, nah, we just went into business together. If you thought I needed some money, you could have gave me the money. And it's like, Marceau, you can, Marceau, how the old saying go? If you give a man some fish, he'll eat today. But if you teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. That's what your friend was trying to do for you with your ungrateful ass. But whatever, we're going to keep moving. So Martell was saying that when they started Schultz, basically he wasn't working as hard as Marceau with the whole business thing or whatever like that. Because like how he said in the last episode, the whole thing was to start to start Schultz and run it like Holt and Holt. So eventually they could buy Martell out. So it would make sense that he wouldn't put in as much work as Marceau put in. But Marceau says, we was 50-50 with everything. And Martell was like, yeah, but at the same time, you came to me telling me that you was running out of money. So I started investing more money into the business. And here go Marceau, that's not true. Marceau, please stop rewriting history. We remember when we met y'all. Nigga, y'all ain't had no money like that. So where the hell was you getting the money from? It damn sure wasn't them big ass suits from the movie theater. Whatever, we gonna keep moving. Child, so Marceau told us who done more for who? Have I done more for you or you did more for me? Have you ever lent me money? No, I ain't never lent you money. Have I ever lent you money? Martell like, when we was on a job site, like what is you talking about? And he like, they going back and forth, child, till Fletcher had to dip off in the conversation. And Fletcher like, okay. You two will be arguing about this shit all day. We ain't got time for that. So they in that conversation with Marceau inviting Chris Fletcher and Martell to bet on black. Alright, so they all gonna come to that, child, with that nothing ass conversation they just had. But whatever, honey, we gonna keep moving. The next scene, we meet up with Mel and Kiki, and I already feel it in my bones. It's gonna be some messy shit, so let's get into it. Child, they sit down, and Mel get to asking Kiki how she doing. Kiki like she doing good. She been back and forth to the hospital or whatever like that. Still trying to figure out what's going on with her. We got our good eye on you, Kiki, to see what the hell going on. But whatever, child. And then Mel brings up the whole town hall meeting they had about the expo and how it was drama between Marceau and Stormy to the point that Marceau started talking through Courtney, could you ask your wife? And, doing all this foolishness that they was doing at the little town hall meeting. Then Kiki jumps in. Kiki said, oh yeah, I did hear about at the little town hall. My bad, y'all. Not the town hall, the damn expo, child. And she was saying how, Kiki was saying how she feels that Stormy's issue was not about the $100. It was actually about the way that Marceau came at her, because Mel mentioned the fact that she's confused at how two multimillionaires is even arguing about $100. And honey, I'm tired of hearing about the goddamn $100. Good God. So Kiki says that before Marceau got a little glimpse of fame and a little money, he was different. And now, like I was telling y'all, probably go before fall, he getting real beside himself. I don't know what you do. We all been able to see it, child, but whatever. So Mel asks Kiki, so how are you and Tisha? Are y'all better? And Kiki was like, well, I thought so. So Kiki tells Mel there's a whole bunch going on. There's rumors going around that Marceau allegedly had a threesome with with a girl and some other chick. And they bleeped out the lady name, whoever it is. And Mel like, oh my goodness. Now, I seen a lot of people online was upset with Mel about this. How? I don't know. Mel ain't tell this girl to sit her ass down and tell her cousin business like this. Now, Kiki, I like you, Kiki, but see this shit here, this ain't right now. This ain't right. Why is you telling your cousin business like this? Now I can't even be mad at Tisha for saying that she hope your ass ain't back on drugs. Girl, this don't make no damn sense. Whatever, child, whatever. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Terry Flower Show. Y'all make sure y'all get in the comments and tell me how y'all felt about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope everybody have a good day. Peace.